back to Babylon. We are the podcast. We have been watching and reacting to Babylon 5. We just watched the episode Legacies, which I believe is episode 17 of season 1. I'm Jenny. I'm a big fan of the show, and I've watched it multiple times.
I'm Jen. I'm a screenwriter and showrunner. I'm a fan of the show. I watched it a long time ago, and I missed a lot of season 1, and I'm always confused.
Gus, actor, new fan of the show, having a great time.
Allie, screenwriter and actor, fan of the show, and hated by the comments. That's a joke.
No,
that was
not.
a joke.
You're not.
I know.
You're not.
You are not.
No.
You are not. You are beloved.
It's my first time watching. Oh my god. It's not Battlestar Galactica.
No, it's really not. It's Babylon 5. Yes,
but it is late on a Tuesday night for us, so you're allowed to be.
You're allowed. And it's another B show, you know.
It was the dawn of the streaming age. 4 friends, bound by a shared love of stories, embark on a journey to a legendary space station. 2 veterans of the ancient television wars, revisiting a familiar battlefield. 2 newcomers, eager to explore its mysteries and unravel its secrets. Their mission? To boldly go where many have gone before. This is the story of Babylon. The year is 2025. The place, wherever you get your podcasts.
This one was written. Any guesses?
Well, I saw it, so I'm not going to say.
It was written
there you go.
before the dawn of time. Oh, it was written by what's his face? The writer of the show.
No.
It was definitely written by a writer of the show. It's written by DC Fontana.
DC Fontana.
DC, what a cool name. DC
Right?
Fontana.
Cool.
That sounds like a porn star.
Oh my God.
She does sound a little like a,
Oh, is it a woman?
Yeah.
I'm so
It is,
sorry.
Yeah.
I take it back.
I mean, women can also be a porn star. It's
Can't
fine.
be a porn star.
she is she was a writer. She was one of Roddenberry's collaborators on early Star Trek stuff.
Oh,
Yes.
tink God, she's dead. She can't hold that against me. Okay.
I think
She's
she's still-
not.
No, she's not.
No,
dead.
she's
still
she's
around.
dead. She's been dead for like 6
She
years.
passed away in 2019.
Oh, she did? Oh, that's so sad.
Okay, wait.
Oh, DC Fontana.
Taking that
That's
back
awesome.
again. I'm sorry I said thank God she's dead.
Yeah, I was going to say.
that was
Are
such-
you all right?
I'm not laughing at that. I'm just laughing at all of the
Oh my
semantic.
gosh.
All of the semantic. Should we start over?
Yeah. Hello, everybody.
Start over.
Yes.
Hi.
I'm Gus, and this is my first
Are we
day
actually
on Earth.
starting over?
No.
I don't think we did you guys yet
Hi.
anyway. So here
I
we
think
go.
we did.
introduce
Oh, yeah, we did.
themselves.
Yeah, we did. We were watching
Because
Telepath. We were watching.
I
just-
Battlestar Galactica.
I just started talking and I wish I didn't, you know?
You can re-record your intro if you want.
No. You know what? That's
It's
an
funny.
accurate representation of who I am as a person.
Authenticity.
Okay.
Authenticity is.
Hey, this was good. I like-
Authenticity is good if you're not a terrible person. If be yourself only applies if you're like a
fair.
decent human being. You know what I
This is
mean?
fair.
I did like this episode.
You like this one?
I did
Yes, this is
too.
a very telepath heavy episode.
Yeah.
I like telepath episodes. They're my favorite
Yes.
episodes, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it was
And
fun.
like
There were some
last episode-
callbacks.
Yes, and last episode you all kept yelling out, "Where's Talia? Here's Talia."
She was saving her time up to harass a 14-year-old child with good reason. With very good reason.
Yeah, she had her
Yes.
reasons.
Supportively harass a 14-year-old child.
Yeah. If you're
Yes.
going to harass a child, have a good reason.
Played by like a 20-year-old. What is
Yeah,
that
right.
actress's name?
I'm going to take that back also, actually.
Yeah, probably. would.
I,
Probably should not harass
I'm in
children.
hell. I can't stop saying just stuff that people are going to clip someday out of context and be like, this is who she is. Cancel her.
No.
Anyway, it's going to
No.
be terrible.
No. By the time that happens, canceling will be over anyway, so you're fine.
Yes,
The actress. Will that just be accountability?
Grace Una.
I mean, yes, the actress playing Alyssa was Grace Una.
I want to
That
know
was
how
her
old
name.
she was at the time of this shoot.
Oh, she's Korean. Very cool.
How old was she?
I am
Oh
trying
yeah,
to find out.
her name is very, very Korean. Grace Una. That is a very Korean name. So,
I'm
Oh,
not
well, then
looking
I
at her.
suppose you would
completely
know.
wrong. I apologize.
but no, but the
apologize
last name
because I
they
said she
gave
was
her in
Filipino.
the show. The last name they gave
Yeah,
her in
the
the
last
show
name was a Filipino
Filipino
name.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much.
I have
Filipino
no
name.
idea how old she is.
No.
Well, okay,
I'm
we can do
kidding.
some math.
I
Wait,
can
hold on.
see.
Click on her. Click on.
We can't do any
IMDb.
Go
math
up.
because there is nothing.
Well, go. Click on her
That's
IMDb.
not her. That's well. Can I click on her IMDb?
That's not her.
I'm going into her IMDb right now.
Go into her IMDb.
I don't know if I
How
can.
do
Maybe
you-
she's in 30 more episodes.
Is she in 30 more
Um,
episodes?
I don't know.
I'm not telling you if she's
We're
in
not gonna
30 more
know.
episodes. Why would you ask that? How do you find somebody's birthday in IMDb?
Only if they put
it's
it
on
up
there.
there.
Yeah, it's not there.
Or
So-
if somebody
go
puts
back.
it up there and
But we
outs them.
can figure some stuff out from context clues.
No, we
Yes, we
can't.
can. Wait, go in the thing. Scroll.
Okay.
This is like her first credit
It was her first credit.
in
Yeah.
1994. All right.
So it's hard to know
Oh, but
anything
she's got
before
a
that because
husband named Joshua Wexler. Hold on.
I love this. This is my level of snooping.
No,
I
I'm
like
so
this
I'm
very
so good at
much.
stalking people. It's really bad.
Me
Okay.
too. Of
I
course,
don't
of
think
course,
we
because
should-
I'm you in the future.
Hold on.
What was that, Gus?
I don't know. We should be just
Hold on.
revealing
He was
poor
born
Grace
in-
Una's information.
Hold
all over
on.
the internet.
Gus, this is so
That's
fucking
fair.
relevant.
I
It's
don't
on
know.
the internet to find.
No, it's not. It's explicitly not.
Yes, it was in her IMDb profile that she was married to Josh
All
Wexler.
right, okay. All right. Okay.
Joshua Wexler, producer, writer, and director, also on IMDb. This is not big level stalking. Okay. Trust me. Joshua Wexler was born in 1971.
That means nothing.
So if they're of an age,
They may
if they're
not
of an, well, if they are, then she was definitely in her 20s at the time of this.
Very good.
Yes. Yeah. That would make sense.
This was good. I liked who directed
Okay.
it.
Gosh, I clicked through, so now I don't have the director up.
I can go back to
see if I have it.
place where we watched the show.
Yes. It is. Oh, there you go. Bruce Seth Green.
Seth Green.
Yeah, Bruce Seth Green directed this one. And yeah, this one, according to JMS's notes, this is one of the only ones. How did he word it? That was sort of, it was a fully freelancer episode. Like we've
Oh.
had other freelance episodes.
Really? Wow.
But they were all assigned,
Sure.
whereas this one was like pitched. How did he word it?
okay. Okay, I'm just gonna I gotta take a step back for that because JMS could be saying it's like fully a freelancer episode, but it's fucking DC Fontana,
Oh, well, yes, it's definitely DC.
and I'm like,
Fontana.
that's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like you
It's
can't
true.
call that a fucking truly freelancer episode. And also, I'm sorry, but as a showrunner and a writer who gives out a lot of freelance scripts, I often give people they're freelancers, but I still give them a script to start with, like a story idea to start with. That doesn't mean it's not officially fully a freelancer episode. I'm just saying,
But-
whatever.
Yeah, the way he said it, he says legacy. Okay, just trying to see all the other ones that are mentioned in this quote you've already seen. There we go. He says legacies he thinks came out better than War Prayer because Dorothy had more time to get to know the characters.
Dorothy
And
DC.
because DC, that's DC Fontana's name, and because it was better directed, in his opinion. As a parenthetical, Larry DiTilio has developed some of his own scripts as well, specifically TKO and Eyes.
Yeah.
Legacy is the one I'd say was developed outside the office in the sense of things being a freelance episode
Okay.
effort.
He thinks
Yeah.
this is better
Everything
than
else
Warfare?
was either everything
Warfare.
else was either an assigned premise or done in house by staff. That was how he worded it.
Okay, fair.
I'm surprised
But
he
she
feels
just
like
came
this
to him.
one turned. Sorry, Jen.
No, please.
I'm surprised he thinks this turned out better than Warfare. I thought Warfare was also a banger. I
Which
don't know. I
one
think
was
they're both really
Warfare?
good. That's the one where he's trying to figure out Earth's dominant religion, isn't it? And
Oh, I
No,
love that one.
no.
No, never
That's
mind.
that's Parliament of Dreams. War Prayer is the one where it's the one with the gay Delenn's gay girlfriend.
Oh, Shalmayan. The Spacism episode.
Yeah, the Spacism episode.
Every episode is the Spacism episode.
What's the one where we first really got into Spacism?
Yes, where like
You're going to have to be more specific.
It's the one where they knocked down Shalmayan and branded the symbol into her forehead.
yes, and
Yeah,
Ivanova's
vaguely
ex comes
recalling
on
this
station
happening.
and he's a spacist. Yeah, Ivanova's ex
I
is the
I
they
spacist.
set
vaguely
them up.
recall this.
Yeah, and they all pretend to be spacists. They're like,
Yeah.
ooh,
Yes.
we want
Oh,
to join
this
your
did
party
turn
of
out-
hate. Yeah.
This is probably a stronger episode than that. That was the one with Malcolm, Daniel,
Yes.
the shitty ex-boyfriend of Ivanova's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay.
his reasoning makes
Both
sense.
good.
Like at this point, they know the characters better, so it's a little easier to write for them.
It's really strong, you know. I mean, this had a lot of, as you said, telepath stuff. Had a lot of Minbari stuff. A little sad that we didn't learn about the guy who lives in Delenn's closet or about their being married, because again, that is something that came up in Parliament of Dreams and has not been touched on since. Likewise, Kath, by the way, haven't seen Kath in a very long time.
And Delenn was giving him some eyes. I'm just saying.
Delenn's been giving him some
definitely
eyes.
good eyes. Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, too.
Yeah.
And just to go back really quickly, I'm not suggesting it. Like, I think, okay, I want to just go back and clarify my, like, it's not really true. What does that mean? It's more freelancer. Okay. He's just saying that, like, this wasn't one that we, like, broke as a story team in-house and then handed off the premise to somebody. This just means that someone came in and said, hey, I worked this up and I think this would be a good pitch for a show. And he was like, you're DC Fontana. You can do whatever the fuck you want, basically.
Yeah,
Which, you know.
Probably. Yeah.
Kudos to him for saying, like, you're, like, sci-fi royalty and one of the only women writers, I think, on the whole season.
I'm so sorry for saying that they have a point.
DC Fontana is kind of science fiction.
Fine with that. She can handle it.
I'm so sorry.
You do understand
I
almost
feel
certainly
so
the reason
bad. That came out when I thought they were a man.
Jenny, what?
I was going to say almost like I would bet like $1 billion that the reason that she went with the name DC Fontana was because it doesn't sound like a woman. Like that's her reason.
Because it was the
She's
60s.
hiding.
I'm sure, that's a classic trick is the two initials, last name, name.
What did she write? She wrote Charlie X. Oh, she wrote Tomorrow is Yesterday.
Oh my God, she was Roddenberry's assistant.
She did write Charlie X, didn't she? She wrote Charlie X.
She wrote Charlie X.
She was right. I just watched a Star Trek documentary series where she was heavily featured because, of course, she's DC Fontana. And she was Roddenberry's assistant until he kind of pissed her off. And then she's like,
well, Roddenberry would do that.
Yes.
She wrote The Ultimate Computer. Is that the one with Baylock?
I have not seen enough of the original series.
Which one?
To know.
The Ultimate Computer. It's a different one.
It
doesn't
matter.
matter.
Isn't the Ultimate Computer the one where Pike comes back? No.
No, that's Menagerie.
Right.
These are all things I know.
Charlie X, I hate that. I really don't like Charlie X.
Oh, Daystrom. It's got Daystrom in it. Charlie X is not the best episode of Star Trek.
Yeah.
Respectfully to
Charlie
DC Fontana.
X a lot. I really want to punch him.
Yeah, because
I just like to punch people like Jeff. Punch.
Jeff
you and
got
Jeff
some
shaking hands.
fantastic punches in. That guy, like he had the jump on him. He had the room was dark. He got him from behind, and then Jeff just
wailed on this warrior.
Annihilated him. I'm like, what? You're a chump.
I'm like, warrior cast, schmorrier cast.
Second in command. Lame-o.
Good.
So we've got these two things happening. Obviously, they very much connect in the end. But we've got the warrior Minbari showing up on the station to do their whole thing. Like, they definitely talked a bit. Did you learn anything in this that you felt opened up a little bit more about the Earth Minbari War or anything that happened there with Jeff and Line? Yeah.
It appeared to have been a retaliatory war for the killing of Ducat, which Jeff claims was an accident.
The Warriors were not happy about being told to stop.
Yeah, the Warriors and the religious caste have a pretty firm schism, but Delenn, as a member of the Grey Council, is able to kind of override that. Although I thought that the Grey Council were religious adjacent, at least.
The Chrysalis.
Chrysalis.
What does that mean? Is Jeff a sleeper agent?
Jeff might be an
Jeff
egg.
a butterfly?
Jeff is a butterfly.
There's a bunch of beetles come out of Jeff.
10 million.
Oh no, we're doing beetle math
again.
Yeah, beetle math.
Jeff turns into a beautiful butterfly.
A beautiful butterfly.
A beautiful punching butterfly.
What else we learned? We learned the warrior Minbari, because most of the Minbari we've met so far have been not of the warrior cast.
Yeah, mostly the
Minbari warrior cast kind of sucks.
They seem like the annoying brother that we don't like inviting to Thanksgiving.
And they also were the ones who sheltered Jadur.
Yes,
who is that?
They sheltered
Deathwalker.
Deathwalker. Space Hitler.
Space
Hitler.
Hitler.
Killed by Kosh.
The lady.
There have been a few space Hitlers. Let's be honest.
There's been a few space Hitlers. That's true.
That's true. I did like the I thought it was a really interesting. I thought it was cool that the like most important warrior, biggest warrior hero was originally religious cast.
I like
and
that.
That was cool.
He wanted to have a religious ceremony or like
was
burial or whatever.
He's a reluctant leader. He wasn't in it for glory and glamour. He got pulled into it somehow, it seems like.
Like he
There was
felt
an
like
ideology.
It was a just
Felt
war.
like it was the right
like
thing.
he was the
Mhm.
yeah. I also thought I don't know that I caught this the first time. It's something I've caught on review, but it is kind of like a caste system. I generally think of as like you're in this caste and that's your caste. Like you can't switch, but he switched
Yeah, you can
from
bounce.
one to another. Yeah,
And it's
you can
not
bounce,
vertical.
yeah.
It's more
No.
left and right,
Lateral.
I guess.
Yeah.
This does kind of screw over my theory about how Minbari attacked Earth because they thought Earth was Kamazotzed by the shadows.
Right. Okay.
And that's okay. Whatever. I'll have more theories in the future.
Theories come and
Yes.
go. That's why they're theories.
Yes. That's
We get
the
presented
fun
with new
part of
information.
things.
Yes, we got presented with new information.
Mhm.
So we have to adjust our theories accordingly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're just
Yes.
fools.
Yes.
I
They
wanted to
did,
see the triangle on her head. Sorry,
I wanted
just
to
had
see the
say, I wanted
triangle
to see
too.
the
I thought she
triangle.
was going to pop the triangle out.
I demand to see the triangle.
What is up with the triangle? Because it just came out when Morden was there. I thought she had to
Yeah.
paint it on. Maybe it's like a tattoo.
I think it's like a thing that sometimes appears under immense stress.
It's Sting.
It's
Did she have a
it's
triangle in the pilot?
No.
I don't think she
not
had
that we
one in
saw.
the
I mean, I
pilot,
think
no.
it's always there. It's just
Yeah.
under the surface, and then it like lights up when like shit's going down. You know, when she needs like
I can see
extra
that, yeah.
power.
Mhm,
It's like
mhm.
it's like triage power,
Mhm.
triangle powers.
It's the Triforce.
It is a Triforce.
Triforce.
The Triforce.
We were talking about Zelda earlier before we started recording.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
the tricycle.
Triceratops.
There's a
You
lot of-
mentioned
I mean,
Triceratops this episode.
There were
Sorry.
Yeah,
a lot
'cause
of
one of them looked like a
triangles in this
Triceratops.
episode. Yeah, there are a lot of like she's playing Cones of Dunshire with
Yeah.
the triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
something's up
they
with
had
the
a triangle.
triangles.
They had a triangle when they were like when what's her name? Alyssa went into her memory and she was like flashing triangles at people to get.
Yeah,
Oh,
access.
yeah, they were
It's like,
triangles
yeah.
too, weren't they?
Who was
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Delenn was, whoever it was zapping people with triangles to make them fall asleep.
Yeah.
I need to go back and watch that scene again because I was 90% sure when I watched it that he was in there. That like warrior number 2 warrior was
The
in there.
Minbari have triangle
Maroon?
powers.
I mean, it is hard to sometimes if you catch a very fast glance of a Minbari, it's hard to catch them. And
It's
tear them
tough.
apart.
Yeah.
That's very
I'm doing
alienist of
something
me.
relevant.
I'm
he
sorry.
started squeezing my arm like I wasn't on my phone because I was looking up what the prefix min is. Okay.
Call me out.
Because that might. No, you do that sometimes. You like squeeze my arm and I'm like, I'm literally doing something related to this.
Put me on blast in front
Okay.
of
I'm
the
not.
people.
I'm not going to say, Allie. Yeah, I'm going to say. I'm not going to say that that's like a conversation that Zach and David have all the time, which is I'm looking up something about the show we just watched. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Well, the only reason
Okay.
I did that is because earlier you were continuing to cyberstalk, what was his name?
Joshua Wexler?
Joshua Wexler.
I wanted to know more about him.
I love that you
He's in
already have his name
animation.
down.
I was like, oh, well, that could be useful to
There
me.
you go.
He
can I say
worked
what
on the
needs to know
Lego
that
show.
Klingon
Must-
bird of prey is?
He's got a
Why
bird
do
of prey
you
over
have
there.
Bird of Prey?
He worked
Yes,
on the
I
most
do.
recent
Amazing.
Lego show. I was like just looking into him.
Where did you get a bird of? Is that an ornament?
It is a Hallmark ornament from the 1990s, probably. My grandmother had
Extraordinary.
all the Star Trek ornaments, and she had a whole Star Trek
Ooh.
tree. My grandma was cool.
Your grandma was
That's
cool.
pretty awesome.
Wait,
Yeah,
My
that sounds
friend
awesome.
has a Spock ornament that talks.
okay.
Nice.
So minimum, minuscule. Right. So
Sorry.
smallness,
Ooh.
lesser
I'm so
amount, or
sorry, Jenny.
reduction.
I got a bunch
I'm
of those
like a
up there. I
child.
just don't want to get up and pick them up.
I'm just seeing if there's any clues in their name.
In their name, and the name Minbari. Okay.
Minbari.
Other things like they said about the death of Ducat. Do you remember what like Jeff said in response, or maybe it was Garibaldi said in response to it?
Basically, it was an accident.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
sounded like it
So-
was an accident, or the implication was we did not
But There
assassinate.
seems to be a disagreement on that one.
We did not assassinate your boy. And
Right.
Naroon
Narun is his name. Yeah.
Naroon was like, you totally assassinated our boy.
Yeah. So there seems to be a disagreement on whether or not the death was an assassination or an accident.
Right.
Given how 0 to 100 they went on the whole body going missing thing, and now we're going to blow up your space station, I'm kind of feeling inclined to say that maybe human beings are telling the truth, but that's just one girl's opinion.
I don't know.
At the same time, the Senate seems to be corrupt AF, so like perhaps there's a middle ground to be found there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't trust the Senate.
Don't trust the Senate?
No, the Senate. What?
I have a question. And I'd like everybody's not opinion on this because I feel like I maybe misread the scenario or maybe I didn't. So when middle of the episode, I was like, Delenn is giving me whiplash because she was like, these really important people are coming and I expect you to be there. And then they got there and then she was like, brr, 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 brr. Like she was kind of annoyed. And then she was like, we need to be reverent to this guy. It's really important. And maybe in all of those moments, she was covering up. I get it. Like maybe she was covering up.
I think that's what was going on.
But then, so did she or did she not when his body went missing? Which also, first of all, I was like, you fucking said like it has to be our security.
Yeah, that annoyed the hell out of me.
Why are you like blaming everybody on Babylon 5?
No, real.
And stomach pumping vagina men. But
I did kind of go like, is this? I'm a little worried about things that we've learned this episode, saying some really shitty things about Babylon 5 as a whole. The fact that they can just order an entire species stomach pumped because they found part of a T-shirt outside of their like place of living.
It seems like a little bit crossing a line.
Yeah, that's a little bit fucking sus. Second, the fact that they had this kid just orphaned on this station with like no fucking help. Problem to me. There's like no social
like
safety net.
No, there's not.
There's down below.
That's a problem. There's no social safety net on this fucking.
Yes, there is a down below, and the Libya aliens like a lawyer up.
I'm just.
Am I not wrong?
No, you're right.
Mind flayers. They have multiple tentacles.
Okay, we're not going to talk about tentacles again, Jenny. You don't want to go.
All the tentacles
Jen's going to start Googling hentai again.
Oh no, don't do it. Don't do it.
Anyway, I just felt like, okay, so, but Delenn came back after that moment and she was just like, what the fuck, Jeff? How did you like let this guy go missing?
That was
and
gratuitous.
I was like, girl, settle down. But then, okay, now like in retrospect, I'm like, oh, obviously she was covering up because she was like, I'm going to pretend to be really outraged and then I'm going to go cremate his body because I already stole it. Oh, actually, he's already cremated. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine. I get it. I get it.
The one thing I always think when I rewatch it, how on earth did she plan to do that? Like she planned it to be like a religious miracle. What was her like?
that was a bad
literally
plan.
Cannot see how that could work. Like,
here's the
bad
thing.
Plan, Delenn.
Here's the thing. Everything else about the episode, great. That plot hole, respectfully,
ass.
What?
Delenn needed Lanier.
Plan was bad.
She needed Lanier to be like, excuse me, Miss Delenn. I would just like to say that I'm not sure we thought this out.
Delenn's just going to cry transubstantiation and hope it works.
Pretty much, yeah.
And last week we had a guy looking for the Holy Grail, so I guess sure.
That's true. That's true.
But
who's to say?
Lanier was just riding around the station on the motorcycle this episode. So
he's burnt.
He had no time.
And why did you say Lanier and Garibaldi were riding off into the sunset together?
And while he is doing that, there's orphans in the down below fighting for survival. And then they're like, you know what? We need to punish this orphan for stealing. I'm like,
and you know what? I don't know if she was fighting for survival. She had some fast hands.
She had very
how do you take somebody's communicating thing off their hand?
Off their hand, yeah.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Before she learned how to have fast hands, she was fighting for survival.
Yes. She's a scrappy little girl.
Yep.
I'll give her that.
We're teaching children have to learn how to pickpocket in this town.
Yeah, it's not Star Trek.
Jeff's station is in a free fall. This is a social nightmare.
No, look, wait. I agree with you, but
this is a society that's failing its citizens.
Go out anywhere, and you're going to see the same thing.
I'm not sitting here.
That's the point.
We at least have foster care. It's not great.
Not for everybody.
Not for everybody. What do you mean?
people fall through the cracks. Like I agree.
They fall through the cracks, but there is a social safety net that is set up. At least
I'm assuming that exists on Babylon
the failures
5.
of said social safety net we can absolutely talk about, but there is an attempt. There is an attempt,
but there's no evidence that there wasn't an attempt for her.
Yeah.
Because all of the things that
well, there certainly isn't any evidence that there was either, sir.
Yeah, but you can't.
Until I hear about social safety nets on Babylon 5, I'm going to be judgmental.
The idea is that it's like,
and then they were like, "Let's 24601 this biatch."
Wait, what?
Yeah. The idea is that it's a city, like Jeff said a couple of episodes ago. That people come to the city trying to get a better life, and then they get stuck because they think that there's going to be tons of jobs on Babylon 5, and they arrive and there's no jobs.
And there's no social safety nets, apparently.
We don't know that.
We don't know that, but they get stuck because they can't afford to leave. And so
because there's no social safety nets to help them leave.
Again, go to almost any American city and become homeless.
The same thing, yeah. Idea is that's how it works.
I'm not sitting here defending America.
No, I know. I'm just saying this is extremely realistic.
We all know how I feel about America.
Yeah, look, all I'm saying, I'm not saying
it's meant to be realistic, not idealistic. It's not
that's
like the
all
future
I'm saying.
Humans got so much better at this. Like the point is that it's humans. It's 100 years
I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing about the structure of the show either. I'm arguing that this place sucks ass. That's what I'm arguing. I'm arguing that there are no social safety nets. Jeff's station is in shambles. We have children stealing to live. And then us going, should we prosecute? And I'm like, should we prosecute? We should have foster care. What is happening?
To be fair to Ivanova,
people are dying in accidents all over the place.
Her reason for wanting to prosecute was not, I want to prosecute this child.
To keep her out of Psycorps.
If I don't prosecute her, Psycorps is going to take her.
Yeah.
There's a chance I'm being hyperbolic for comedy. I don't know.
Yes. Yeah.
I know, but there's a certain extent to which I have to rebut what you're saying.
You don't have to rebut what I'm saying.
I do, because if I don't, somebody else will. Down there.
Well, if they want to debate me for my hyperbolic comments that are meant for comedy, they can pay me $1,000 and I will let that happen.
Nice. Monetize it. That's amazing. But
let's talk about people wasting my time.
What's up, Jen?
Yes. Let's talk about Alyssa, her whole thing, her choices that she had.
That was nice.
Yeah.
And I was once again a little confused about, because I thought the whole point was like Psycorps was like, if you're a telepath, you come to us, period, end of story. You don't have choices. And
I was also confused by this.
Is this an amnesty thing because she's on Babylon 5?
Yes,
possibly.
Okay.
I
that's
think
the only reason.
Yeah.
They don't have her yet.
Yeah,
like they haven't got their hooks in her. Yeah.
Talia probably didn't send a message back to Chekhov yet. Yeah. Bester, whatever, and not Bester, whoever it was. So she was able to wiggle out of that and kind of expatriate herself. Is that a word? Yes. To Minbari headquarters, I think. Yeah. Because I imagine if she were anywhere, if she stayed on Babylon 5, they'd probably come get her because it's an international port of call, but it's an Earth-run station.
It's an Earth station, yeah. So if she stayed on Babylon 5, they probably would come for her, I would imagine.
I imagine, theoretically she could just go out into, like, crew onto a ship or something, but the ship would probably eventually be like, ew, telepath, fuck off, and kick her off and make her go back to Earth.
Unless they were a pirate ship, in which case they'd be like, tell us, figure out where all the good stuff is.
That's the thing, is when Ivanova was like, let me walk you through how to do, you're going to be fine. I'm going to help you. I was like, there's a direction that this show could go, which I didn't think it would, where she becomes like the telepathic pirate queen in space.
Right.
And I would be very here for that.
And the message is, don't help children. They never appreciate it. So...
That's fair.
They deserve to be in the down below as orphans. What?
She was definitely an unappreciative kind of little, like she was, I mean, I liked the hugs at the end, but she was kind of shitty. I mean, she very quickly, like, I guess realized what Ivanova was doing because she was like, you're my bestie now. I love you. But she was also like that. I mean, she was well written in the sense that she was like a shitty ass teenager.
Yeah.
She was a teenager, very much a teenager. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think she was that bad.
She's all right.
She's been through a significant amount of trauma.
She got Delenn yelling in her head. She got everybody yelling in her head.
She's been through a significant amount of trauma.
I was surprised that Delenn was like, yeah, we'll send you home with the Minbari after you snooped around in my things and literally outed me to Jeff. Unless she was like, I'm going to send you back with the warrior cast because they're going to...
Maybe she's like, I should start opening up to my husband just a little bit. What is up with that? They're married, but like, it's been so long.
Are they married? Have we decided that?
Kath said they were.
Where's Kath? I don't miss Kath that much. I like Kath.
But when Kath comes back, that's when we know it's going to be revealed that they're married.
Kath is an interesting character because she's kind of cool.
Well, okay, here's the thing. We already manifested Talia this episode, so maybe we're manifesting Kath next episode. Kath.
Babylon 4.
Shadows.
I did love that we went back to the pilot and the whole thing. Like, I mean, it was very little funny little side thing with Natoth being like, we'll take care of you. I swear to God, we're not going to have literally every Narn have sex with you. I don't know. I was so grossed out. But,
no, I didn't.
I don't think that was the plan.
The plan was just take genetic material.
Like a donation thing.
I imagine
it's still creepy to ask a child for.
I have to assume that as
creepy
time went by, they'd be like, "Why don't we amend this?" Which is unfortunate.
Yeah, but I love that they like brought back the whole thing about didn't Jakar proposition Lita. Yeah,
and Narn's not having telepaths.
And we brought the rock garden back.
Yeah, there's a lot of pilots. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, the rock garden is back.
Jenny, do we know
pilot-esque episode.
Do we know, Jenny, when this episode was written / filmed? I mean, this is the thing about... Go ahead, I'm so sorry.
I was going to say, I don't know as far as filmed. We talked about this last time. I think you guys weren't here for that. But trying to figure out the filming order versus... The production number is 115, which is like a little past the midpoint of the season. So that it was written there, which the previous episode, I believe we talked about, was... you don't know, it was production number 122. It was the last one for the season.
Eyes was the last one they wrote?
Last one they filmed. Probably, maybe wrote.
Probably, yeah.
But not with the intention of it ever being the last one.
No, it was definitely, definitely not that intention, but it was the last one.
But I'm going to say that, this is a testament. I'm so sorry, Jenny, go ahead.
No, finish your thought.
I was going to say, it's a testament to DC Fontana that this is a completely freelanced episode in the sense that, like, she just brought this idea and it is on fucking point. I mean, I feel like she's like, I'm going to call back shit to the pilot that none of y'all have been calling back for a really long time because hello storytelling. It's a really nice piece of writing. It's a really nice piece of work.
A novel for television. So let's make it a novel for television.
Yeah. It's great.
Yes.
Let's bring that pilot back.
Yep.
Good.
Much like a previous episode, which one was it? But this one was originally meant to be broadcast later because he didn't want two Psycorps episodes back to back. Like they're
that was
two.
TKO.
I think so. TKO was meant to be later. This one is just because it's. Yeah, this one is two Telepath episodes. He didn't want them back to back.
So bummed we watched this one instead of TKO,
which you still haven't seen. It's not that bad.
This one was not meant to, like, TKO was meant to actually be even later than this one. Okay. This one, I can't tell you where this one was supposed to be, but I'll tell Jen later when you guys aren't here.
Good. Well, we're closing in. I mean, this was 16, 17?
On what? The end of the season?
17. Yeah.
So we got, what, four left? 5 left.
Five, I think 5. Yeah.
5 left.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're rocking and rolling here.
Yeah, we are. So, but like this one, even the way he said it, these eps are meant to be watched in just about any order, but the story is still being seeded. It's just this. The pieces don't necessarily have to be in a specific order, I guess. Is what
he's introducing stuff still.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. It's good. It's really good. I mean, a lot of lore about telepaths, which is going to make Allie happy. A lot of lore about
it does make me happy.
Delenn, which is going to make me happy. Chrysalis that's loaded. There's going to be a lot about Chrysalis later, I think.
Any thoughts on what the Chrysalis is?
It's egg.
Jeff.
I mean, it's Jeff or it's Earth.
Jeff?
It's either Jeff or humans, generally speaking.
Jeff.
Because we still haven't gotten an answer about Jeff's lost day. And if Jeff finds out about it, things go bad. And it's got to be Jeff.
Where's the sleeper cell activation key?
Oh, so he's like, somebody said it to him. So is he on?
No.
He's meant for something else. He's meant to blossom into something else. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's
he
like...
just grows him in... like, he just... Like, all of a sudden, he gets this hard shell on the back of his head.
Maybe it's like humanity is meant to blossom into something greater. I mean, again, at one point, I thought that the Vorlons were like humans come back from the future.
Well, they decided not to wipe out humans, which leads me to believe that they think that there's a greater purpose to humanity.
Not just Jeff, it's humans generally. Again, I thought at one point the Vorlons were like futuristic humans or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Come back in time.
But Jeff's supposed to lead it.
It's like a time
maybe
war.
Into foster care.
Maybe it's like a temporal Cold War Enterprise thing where like the Vorlons are the good future path and the shadows of the bad future path. That feels convoluted, so maybe not.
Like the shadows are like what?
Okay.
Shadows are what humans could be if things go bad.
Okay, wait.
Yes, waiting.
Okay,
waiting.
So, the telepaths could be like human beings evolving greater consciousness,
Which
right?
is what the Vorlons were, in my opinion. Yeah.
Right. Wait, shh, let me cook. Okay, so potentially like the future paths, right? I like this. For this greater level of human consciousness could diverge into two different paths. Like you said, like the shadows are one like negative divergence, and then there's the other things.
The Vorlons.
So these are like, those are like, because time is a construct, right? Think about it. In space, especially, time is a construct. Right? So theoretically, you could have glimpses of like what the human's future is, kind of, in like other. Am I being too much?
This is what I just said.
This is
I'm
fascinating.
trying to follow it. I'm trying to follow it.
Like building
so
off of what I was just saying.
Yeah, I'm building off what you were
saying-
just saying, but like, in space, time is a construct, and so like theoretically, you could have kind of glimpses of what the human beings are becoming.
What's happening before what happened again.
As they're evolving a greater consciousness.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that the Vorlons were future
Which is why
humans
maybe... Wait, sorry.
because of Jason Ironheart. Go ahead.
Which is why maybe partially they attacked humans in general, because they're like, maybe we need to wipe them out before they become shadows.
The Camazotz thing.
But they used the assassination thing as an excuse, as a pretext, so that it wouldn't cause a intergalactic incident.
Yeah.
It was the Franz Ferdinand of it all.
Yeah.
Right.
But really, it was just like one giant family feud. But really, they were just like, we're just trying to like, it's like the would you go back in time and kill baby Hitler thing.
Right.
But then I think somehow through the power of Jeff, they decided that human beings were worthwhile after all. The power of Jeff punched him so good that they got set straight.
As long as we're talking about
this is so convoluted, but perhaps
it's true. But as long as we're talking about Camazotz, wait, let's go to book 3 of the time trilogy from Madeleine L'Engle and go to His Filthy Tilting Planet, which is about a nuclear war wielding war man being the head of a country and having nuclear bombs, and them going back in time to soften him / change him / put a different leader in place. Yeah,
because I'm not sure about human beings evolving a higher level of consciousness. Well, granted, sentient dogs wouldn't be doing any better. Sentient dolphins wouldn't be doing any better.
Anything wouldn't be doing much better.
Sentient bees.
What is a sentient dolphin? There's a sentient dolphin book series, space series.
Are you thinking?
Not Inherit the Earth.
What is it? I was going to say Hitchhiker's Guide.
No, you're right. No, it's not Hitchhiker's Guide, but there is that. But there's also another one where there's dolphins who like are on ships with humans and they live in little it's like Hitchhiker's kind of.
No idea. I gotta figure it out.
Startide Rising.
Yes,
a
that's
1983 science fiction novel by American writer David Brin. The second book of 6 set in his Uplift universe.
That's it.
Preceded by Sundiver. Oh my God, they got robot dolphins.
They're horrifying.
I'm sorry.
They're a little horrifying.
Dolphins in spacesuits. This is amazing.
I'm gonna be real. They're a little horrifying.
And the ships have like water sections for the dolphins to be in.
The ship is called Streaker. Don't call a ship Streaker.
Technically, Star Trek also has dolphins and whales on their ships, and they're very, very good at navigation because they think in 3 dimensions. Like they actually. Because we always think like 4, north, south, east, west. They also go up and down because they are used to living.
They have a Z-axis.
I'm sorry. There are dolphins. When did this happen? Whales, I remember.
Throughout Star Trek, there are supposed to be parts of the ship that are for whales and dolphins. Yeah. To help with navigation. They're very good at navigation.
You just got out-nerded.
I have never encountered... I have watched all of everything pre-Enterprise.
The only show that has actually shown them is Lower Decks because it's animated and you can show them. But they're there.
Okay.
They're supposed to be there.
All
they can't show them on the other... You're not going to be having an animated dolphin.
When they're evacuating the ship, I never see them carrying dolphin. Whatever.
I'm gonna suggest that they've been talking about it, but they've been talking about it in hypersonic dolphin language, like in a very high. You just can't hear it.
The dolphins have wait. I have a pun. Yeah. The dolphins have their escape pods.
Fuck yeah!
Nice.
This
love it.
Dolphins. Why is this a thing?
Because they have a Z-axis.
Oh my god, it's in the next generation technical manual.
I'm telling you, I wasn't making it up. I'm a big
I
nerd, guys.
you. I was just amazed. What?
Yes.
There were dolphins aboard the Enterprise D. Geordi showed them to Par Lenore.
Yes.
But the dolphins are sentient, so he's just like, look, dolphins. And they're like, do you mind? Like, we're working.
It's the Enterprise D. It's right here. Look.
Thank you. You've got,
you got it.
Gosh,
you got it. I got one too.
There it is.
That's amazing. I don't have any nerd paraphernalia. It's
if
just
I stand
all in my
up,
brain.
Everybody's gonna,
I just
you don't need it. You have your whole brain
on my desk. Yes.
You don't need it. You have your whole brain
right now. Everything's on it.
Thank you.
Well, my mind has been fucking turned upside down.
I feel very proud to have flexed that. That was like I gave a speech at my friend's wedding once, and I used Klingon in my speech. And she was like, "I can't believe in your maid of honor speech you referenced you said Patak." And I was like, "Yes, we are nerds. I'm going to speak Klingon during my maid of honor speech."
Anyway, then my theory makes sense. My theory extrapolating on Gus's theory.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah,
cool.
I like these theories. They're very, very good.
It's Space Franz Ferdinand.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah. There's the JMS Speaks section was actually pretty short for this week, so there wasn't a lot. Do you have any further thoughts on this episode? Any predictions? We've talked about the Chrysalis stuff.
I feel like
what else could you be making predictions on? I'm not sure.
Not much. I mean, Delenn, Jeff, why are the triangles such a big deal to the Minbari? Triangle seemed like a really big deal to the Minbari. I don't know why. Military, spiritual, and Grey Council. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have anything else I could theorize about, I don't think, yet.
I have a technical filmmaker thing that I just have to throw in that I love that was in the JMS Speaks section. He was talking about Talia's voice. You know, they had the the loud voice. And I just love how this turned out. Initially, it was just like, let's throw some distortion on it to make it sound weird. Like she's, you know, like yelling into her mind and trying to break through. But he said then at the last minute when they were at the mixing session, he was like, wait a minute. She's thinking what she wants to say before she says it. And then let's pre-lap it and then like match her lips to the second. So the first one, like the words come out before you see her say them.
Very cool.
Love it. And he was like, it was kind of a happy accident. Clever. We were just like, let's do that. And he loved how it turned out. And I did too. I thought it was great. That's
really good.
Yeah. And you're really only going to notice that if you're like really watching where the lip flap matches, but it's great. It's great. It's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, really fun. I like this one.
Yeah. I like it too. Sorry, I'm just realizing. We've got a few more minutes. I know Ali had to go, but there's a lot of Ivanova in this episode. A lot of Ivanova. Talia, any thoughts on there? I mean, we know most of her backstory.
More Talia, more Ivanova all the time.
I agree that this coming right after Eyes is rough because it's Ivanova telepath backstory to Ivanova telepath backstory.
Yes, we had to hear her say the same thing. Like my mom, right?
Yeah.
And
it's right. I wonder if it would have had more emotional impact if there'd been a delay.
I don't know anything about your mom. It did also make me go even more. Why wasn't Ivanova in the last episode?
Talia
in the last episode.
Ivanova's. I get where she. Dog.
Hi, Doug.
I get where Ivanova was coming from, But again, there was a certain extent to which I was like, you can't, you come up with a plan. You can't, I understand you have trauma, but you cannot just derail everything.
You have to give an alternative.
You can't just prosecute a child because you have trauma.
What?
But it's good. It's a good episode. I'm always happy to see it.
2, 4, 6.
I like Talia, but I really miss Lita.
We have to get over her. I'm sorry. We have to get over her. We have to move on. We have to move on.
Besides, we have Talia's voice. If we have nothing else,
I don't even remember what Lita looks like at this point. You have to be like me.
I just rewatched The Gathering, so you know.
Now Takashima, on the other hand, I will always mourn for. That's okay, because Ivanov is cool too. I just wish there was a world in which I could have them both.
Yeah.
I mourn for myself not having Talia's voice.
Talia's voice is something
She's
special.
got a great voice.
Yeah.
No, but good. I like it.
Good one.
Very good. Very fun.
Yeah.
Good time.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Good. Well,
Good.
on that pleasant note, go away.
Get out.
So we can laugh at all of your theories.
Bye. Have fun with the guy who lives in Delenn's closet.
More like, wow, those were creepy, accurate theories that Ali just bust out of there.
We're going to text you in 30 seconds on the Discord, so you'll think we're done.
Great.
Yeah.
I know. It always,
Bye.
Bye.
Ah, my friends! You have reached the most dangerous part of our journey, the Grey Council. Here we speak of things that must not be spoken. Secrets, betrayals, spoilers. If you are not ready, turn back now. But if you dare to proceed, I promise you it will be magnificent. Oh, Mr. Garibaldi!
Well,
at least we can be Grey Council on the Grey Council episode.
yes, exactly. Yeah.
I feel like I need something to put up my head.
You need a hood? You need a hood. Yes. I should get like an animated hood.
Yes.
I could probably get an animated triangle on my forehead. That wouldn't be too hard. I could probably do that. Yes.
Right.
Okay. So Chrysalis, the big one that is dropped in this episode, they immediately it's Jeff. No.
I was just like, I'm trying to do the same game face of like, whether they're right or wrong, but I just love that they're like digging into Jeff. But also, I'm like, I felt like this one, I think he said something. Did Gus say something about her building Lego before? I think whatever, or maybe that's somewhere else. But yeah, I felt like in this one, she was just like, I was like, we went back to the rock garden. So I wanted them to say something like, oh, it's her meditative process of what she's doing when she's like doing this thing. But then like they fucking dropped the word Chrysalis. And I was like,
no,
I was like, I was sure they were going to get it. I was like, they're going to know exactly what she's doing.
No, not, they haven't they're laser focused on the Jeff, which I understand. And like, it's meant to be Jeff, but like his story, oh, sorry, I just realizing his story kind of veers off, but Ali made a joke about like, oh, he suddenly grows a Minbari. Like, he does! He actually does go into a Chrysalis at some point, although it happens on screen. But he does actually do that.
And so I was like, when she said that, I was like, okay, how am I going to respond right in this moment? And for those of you who say Jen always looks surprised, I'm trying to look surprised sometimes.
Yeah.
But I was like, how do I react to this? Do I laugh at it? Like it's a really funny idea. Do I ignore it and pretend? I don't know. I was trying to figure out how to but I love it. She was like, yeah. Cause he's like, she even said something like he's part Minbari or turns into part Minbari or something like that. She said something like that. And I was like,
he's like, he grows a Minbari skull or something.
But then she just kind of skated over it. And I was like, keep skating.
Just keep going.
Keep skating.
Not even going to focus on it.
Roll on by.
Yeah. This is another one that makes me wonder when they knew what was going to be happening because of one specific line that Narn says.
You talk like a Minbari. I wrote it down.
Yes, he says that to him. And that feels like if he wasn't going to have Sinclair be Valen, that line is just, but if that line hits so hard, if you know where he's going, like it's, because that's, he doesn't just talk like a Minbari. He is literally the foundation of your culture. He's the reason that you think Minbari talk a certain way is because of Jeff. So that is,
and I wrote that down because I was like, I think, again, like looking at production order and where things came out and where things got written and blah, blah, blah. So this was production order 16, you said?
15.
15. And we're reading it and we're watching it as episode 17.
Yeah.
But I feel like some writing on the wall. Although, I mean, then again, I take that back because this is DC's, like, and supposedly it's a complete freelance script. Also, the other thing is that I think JMS likely left her scripts more alone.
I would imagine, because it's DC Fontana. Yeah.
And especially in this particular instance when she's like, no, this is my story. I fucking came up with this and here's my script. And so I have a feeling he had maybe a little bit less to do on this. But
I wonder how much of the Bible that she would have seen, though. Like, do you get that if you were writing freelance?
You better. In fact, I literally I literally wrote that out, those words exactly today about when you're a freelancer and you get a Bible and like you do. Now, the funny thing is, depending on how busy of a freelancer are, you may or may not read the whole thing. You may not actually you should. I think you should, but also it's incumbent also upon the showrunner to like have a conversation with you and make sure that you know what's going on. But yes, they would. And also I bet you that because DC wrote a couple of the really early ones, my guess is, and it's funny because I was like, wait, so DC was a freelancer from this whole show? She wasn't, like, I know she wasn't technically staffed because I guess, but my thought is she was in the room in early days when they were developing some things and part of those conversations. Yeah. Because I think she had to know where certain things were going.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would think so. Yeah.
Because it's really on point. Like I said, it's a really good freelance episode.
It really is. And that line, like I said, they might even show it in previously on later on, because it's such a good line given where Jeff's story goes. Yeah. Narn is a character that carries through, I think, all the way through to season 4. He comes back many, many times. And then there's he's like a bit character, but he had a line in this episode. He was also, I noticed him for the first time in Signs and Portents and was like, oh, Corwin! Corwin is like he's like a C-list character. I don't know. He's just a regular background character that he eventually gets a name. I don't know if the woman ever gets a name, but he eventually gets a name and you see him interacting with the main cast. And like at one point he even gets like a B plot line. I'm just happy to see Corwin in there. So, oh, it's Corwin. I forgot you were in season 1. Like, he's just a background character. Yeah. The actor who plays Narn also plays another character in the show later on.
Oh my God, really?
Yes, not a Minbari. So he's like out of makeup. Yeah. He plays a human. He's a human Nazi. He's part of the Night Watch. Like he comes on and is part of the Night Watch.
It's funny. I meant to look him up because he was also just, he was more familiar to me than just Babylon 5 Days.
Yes.
I think, but maybe not, but I think so.
Other things and of course, okay, I specifically did not look at Allie when Talia asked Ivanova out because I didn't want to react to her face.
I was trying not to as well. Yeah. Well, that's when they started bouncing up and down.
Yes. So I was like, why are they bouncing?
And then you just literally like handed it to them on a platter and you were like, any comments about Talia or I know Ivanova? That was and they did not bite.
No,
I think they only didn't bite because Allie was tired. I'm saying, maybe. I'm just like, I'm going to put it out there. I think she was tired and not really, 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 really paying as much attention. Because like at that moment when you kind of threw it back out there, because I think they had to, they were started bouncing up and down. And I was like, where's all the bi-coding conversation that's not happening out of you right now, Allie?
Because that's what this is. This is the beginning. That was the first date. They're going on a date. I mean,
so I love
that you were trying it's a date because that's how lesbians are. Like the amount of times was that a date or were we just hanging out? I'm not sure.
I love that you were trying not to look at Allie because I started, this is how I started to react. Like the whole episode, I was like waiting. So when they're standing side by side and Elisa comes over and she hugs them both and then they're like sitting there. I'm like, okay. Say a line like, oh, she's going to be okay. Yeah, she'll be okay. And then I'm like, lean a little closer because it's still 4:3 and you have to be close on screen. And I'm like, ask her out. Is it really going to just be coffee or is it spiked coffee? Yeah. And I get so excited and I was like, This is what I was starting to do, was like really smile because I was excited, and then I was like, this is very serious, and I am not going to make any kind of response at all to this. I'm not. So I'd be curious to go back and watch it when we cut this and see if I like completely gave it away, because I might have.
Yeah.
I was very excited.
This is the beginning of it. This is where it begins. So,
yeah. I mean, I will say it's still like the first episode we had Talia. I was like, it was laid down there. I know that there's no comment of like him knowing where it was going at that point, but I was like, those two women actors were like, there's chemistry between us, so we're going to start playing it from the beginning.
Yes, they might like. I can see them thinking like. I think that their relationship was decided later, but I can see them thinking, obviously they're setting us in opposition to each other. The natural way for the story to go is for us to at least become allies. Yeah. So we should play that up. Like,
and the actor who plays Talia is currently at this time of filming married to Michael Garibaldi's character. Yeah?
No, they were only married for 2 years.
For what?
For 2 years. They were only married for 2 years.
Not during this filming of this, though, I mean?
I thought you meant like as of filming now.
Oh, no. I mean like now. At that time. They were married at that time, right?
I think I would have to look it up. I think they got married between seasons 1 and 2.
Oh, that's key.
Yeah. I think that's what happened. I'd have to look it up, but
all right.
They were only married for 2 years, and I don't think they were married before the filming started. So they must have met on the show or something. Yeah.
Got it.
So yeah, that is kind of cute. I will say one thing for me, and I was interested to see if anybody else had this reaction, but nobody did. So maybe my brain was just weird. I know the first time I watched this, the way that Alyssa reacts to Natoth, I thought was supposed to be a big thing. Like there's something wrong with Natoth. There's something evil about Natoth. Like she saw her mind as cold and ugly and like whatever. And so I thought there was going to be something there. And no, it's not. Like it's just that it's alien, and so it's uncomfortable for humans. But I thought that because she didn't have that reaction to scanning Delenn. She wasn't like Delenn's mind is so alien and uncomfortable. It was only Natoth. So
it to me, I agree, because I was okay. We talked about this a little bit last week, but I did have a question about the direction and the choice of having her be so reactive. I have to lie down, like, and running to the bed and like throwing her head down on the pillow. And I was like, is this a referendum on like being a telepath and like being forced to see things you don't want to see? Or is it
right? And
she was basically like, she's just ugly. Like later, she was like later on, she was like, she's just ugly. I didn't like being in her head. She's ugly. And I was like, I don't know. I'm just grossed out by that. I would rather that it was like she saw something dark, or that she was just like, I mean, that's why I actually went to the place of like child trafficking. And I was like, I was like, oh, she sees that the actual intent is not just to like take a skin sample, but the actual intent is to like have her breed with, because we just like, and they dropped the line about his like horrible proposition. And so I was like, oh, she saw that. And no, that wasn't it either.
It's just that it's alien and foreign. Like that's from the Toth's perspective. If you are like, it's a funny scene. Like, about her. Oh, I should check her teeth. That's hilarious. Like,
yes,
but I consistently for it, I don't even know when my mind went, oh, that was nothing. But for a while, I kept suspecting something was wrong with Natoth. Like she was doing something evil, but because of that.
There was also in this, I actually have to say that line really bothered me. I mean, I liked that they were playing up the comedy, and I felt like, oh, because they're playing up the comedy with Natoth, and like even the music was like, beep, 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 you know, a little bit. Yeah. And like they were really playing the comedy of like Natoth not getting that you need to treat this person like a person. But the checking the teeth thing too, just like felt far too close to a slavery comment.
Well, they do say like Ivanova says that the Narn take slaves.
Yeah. Did she say it in this episode?
She did. Yeah. We never see that. So I'm like, I don't think Ivanova is making stuff up, but we literally never see that in the show that the Narn do that. So
because maybe he decided to not actually go down that path, but
yeah.
It was just, but it was like, I was uncomfortable like with that whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
From whether it was child trafficking or whether it was slavery. It was like, this is just like bad.
It's all very, uncomfortable. Yeah. Then Natoth not being around. I don't know when it started, but I know that at a certain point, the actress playing Atok changes. We don't see her for a very long time, and then she comes back, and it's a different actress, and that is because the actress had trouble with the makeup. I think that specifically the contacts, but she just couldn't. Yeah. Like it was very difficult for her. So
it's too bad. I really love her.
Yeah. So that's that for that. What else? Oh, triangles being a huge part of Minbari culture. The number 3 is sacred, which is why they have 3 castes. They don't. It's not just worker. It's just not. Warrior and religious. It's warrior, religious, and worker. So this was 3 castes, and the Grey Council has 3 members from each of the 3 castes, and
even the costuming and the costuming of the hood is very. I mean, you can make hoods less triangular than their hoods.
Yes, Oh, okay. Oh, we have to talk about their big theory. Everything in that big theory is wrong, but it's a fascinating theory. The only thing that's kind of right is the Prince Ferdinand of it all. But they have. I was wondering if they'd make a connection because they gave us all the information in this episode to figure out how the war started. The Minbari show up with their gun ports open, thinking that it's a sign of respect, and humans have never met Minbari before, and they think they're attacking. And so they basically, from the Minbari perspective, they unprompted just shot their ship with a bunch of and killed their leader. And so the Minbari think that these humans are vicious and cruel, and the humans were like, but we literally thought you were attacking. You came at us with your gun ports open. So they gave all the information here to put that together, but they didn't put it together. So,
it's interesting though, because that's a good point, but I did feel like it was, again, like being a complete freelancer episode, and then but yet having that's why I'm like, DC had to be in the room in the conversations early on. She had to really be in the conversation about how did that start? Because that, that's so specific, but it's also like Jeff's reaction to it of there was a part of me that okay, having kind of forgotten that was the start of it. Jeff's reaction to it makes me say, well, once Delenn stepped in and said, no, culturally, that's what we do. And it's meant as a sign of respect. And it shows because they're the warrior caste, but look at them. They're not actually ready to fire.
Yeah.
I feel like his response to that should have been fuck, are you kidding? I had to go through the line because of a complete stupid misunderstanding.
Well, I don't know that he would have known why it started. It's one of those things that's very, very fuzzy because later on in an episode that I really liked, but apparently is not very popular in the fandom, the person who actually fired the first shot shows up. And he is dealing with a huge mental health issue because he knows it was a mistake. And so he knows he's in his mind, he's taking responsibility for all of the death that happened in that war because he fired the first shot. Okay. So I guess at that point, everybody must know, but I don't know when that information, even in this episode, they say that it was a mistake. They say it was an accident. So they know that something wrong happened. They did not mean to kill the leader, but they might not know the reason for the cultural misunderstanding.
Right. Yeah, that's really interesting. And again, going back to, despite that we have all of these cultures that JMS is showing from Ivanova and Russian culture and everything else, there, obviously the allegory is that Babylon 5 and humans represent America. There's so much of that is clear. And that goes back to the American Revolution and the snowball and the kids throwing snowballs and there were snowballs with nails in them and somebody took a shot and blah, blah, blah. And the revolution started.
So that's definitely, that's all laid in there. So I was expecting a little more connection. The theory they went on is a fascinating theory. And I will just say, I will not say that this is an idea or anything. JMS is very, very specific about people giving him ideas for shows. He's like, if you give me an idea, that is not going to be in the show. So don't ever do that. It's just, there's an episode later on that almost didn't get made because he wrote a script and then somebody was like, oh, somebody had this idea for you. And he's like, oh, fuck. Okay. Now we have to make sure that they don't sue us and blah, 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 blah. It was a whole big thing. So,
excuse me. Yes.
It's a known thing. Do not ever go into JMS's comments and be like, hey, this is a good idea. He's like, oh, you just guaranteed that'll never end up in anything I ever write. No. So,
but I hate it when I agree with him. I mean, I love him. I love that I agree with him. But I totally get that. I totally get that.
So the reason I'm going on this whole thing, though, is like I would imagine if JMS does a reboot of the show, which I would love, that it wouldn't be exactly the same. Like, he's not going to tell the exact same story. Like, it would have some of the bones of it, but I don't think it would be the exact same story. Yeah. And so I often, especially now because we're doing this podcast, I'm thinking about Babylon 5 a lot. Wonder what he would do that would be like, enough for, us Babylon 5 fans to go, oh, I love this universe. I want to come back, and then be like, oh, that's exciting and new. And I could see like that being a way of him bringing us the Shadows and the Vorlons, but just doing something different with them. I could see that being a cool. I'm not saying it's an idea.
That's not an idea. We're not giving you an idea.
No.
It's really funny because and JMS strikes me as being someone who is also very litigious concerned, just in the sense of like, I mean, when you are a creator of episodes and shows, I've had friends like who are like, literally don't tell me anything you're working on because I don't want to accidentally steal your idea and not even realize that it just like seeped into my subconscious. So I get that completely. And I also get the like, I have some good ideas. So if you tell me an idea and it does step on something I'm already thinking of, because there's like, once the show starts getting made, once something starts happening, more than one person is going to come to the same inevitable conclusion. Yes. So it is that sort of like, please don't say out loud what I already have planned, because then which is, because then you're going to think that you gave me that idea and you didn't. I already had it planned. And I, like, suing aside, I just don't want you to think that I didn't know where I was going with the story.
Exactly.
And it's interesting because, like, of course, in the Wheel of Time fandom, like, all we do is like imagine what would have come next, or what would we have done, or what are we going to see where. And it's what we love, and and I love doing that. But I've also been concerned that Rafe would hear us say something and be like, "Well, I can't do that." And I still to this day say that the reason that Demon Dread is not Tyene is because Jordan was like, "Y'all guessed it, so fine, I'm not doing it."
Yes, exactly. Spoilers for the Wheel of Time. Retroactively.
Good Lord. Yes. Listen, you're not listening. Sorry, please.
If you haven't read the books, those words mean literally nothing to you, so it's fine.
This is true. But if you're in the middle of the books, ignore me. Yeah. Yes. So I get it. But I totally get it. And it's, and it's not as much like, I think sometimes people think that like, oh, you just want the ideas to all be yours. It's not that. It's just that you don't want to make sure
to be your idea. Like, and people, and I have that, like, I get ridiculously stubborn with that, where if you tell me to do something I was already going to do, it's like, well, fuck, I don't want to do it now. I was already going to do it, but fuck you. Like, no.
Never mind. No, I'm not. I'm not doing it now.
Yeah. So, exactly. It's a totally petty, but I don't want you thinking, oh, Jenny did that because I told her to do it. No, I was going to do it already, you moron.
Yes. I want to have agency. I don't want to be told to do it. I want to do it on my own.
Yes. So I get it. I totally get it.
Yes.
But all that to say, I would love to see what JMS's brain would do with this story now. I think it would be cool.
And it's interesting. And it's funny that that's your thought, because I have a different thought. Like, part of me feels like he knew what he wanted to do with this story from the very, very beginning. And I feel like the things that he would do differently would be like, it's going to be serialized from the beginning. It's going to be very clearly serialized from the beginning. So like maybe getting rid of some of those one-off aspects of the show. Yeah. But I wonder if, and obviously then also with like his trapdoors that he created, and like, so that he could take a character out because of an actor leaving and whatever. I think some of those things he would just like put them on their course sooner. And stay the course for certain things. So I think that those things, but I feel like he was like, this is the story I'm telling from day one, that by the time we got to day 100 and I don't know how many episodes I can't count, but whatever, 100 times 22, but minus 13. Anyway, whatever. So like, I feel like by the time he got there, he still knew where he was going from the beginning. And I feel like you know, as opposed to, again, we talk about, sorry to go back to Wheel of Time, but we talk about Rafe's take on Wheel of Time being a new turning. But we also say if Robert Jordan were around right now while we were making this into a show, he would make different choices and he would say,
100%. Yeah.
This was a 90s thing that just doesn't play today. And here's something that I would like to see done better. And the things that he did as he continued the series. And so I feel like where Jordan would have evolved in his storytelling of that story, and I don't mean this as anything against JMS. I just think he knew where he wanted. And I don't think that his story would necessarily evolve that much. I feel like the spine of it and the core of it would be really similar.
It's not that I think that the story, I don't think he would think, I want to improve this story. I just think he would be, I don't want to tell the same story, exact same story again.
Yes.
That's what I would think.
That's
like,
I think that's fair.
Yeah. But I also back to, you know, Wheel of Time or JMS. There's going to be a rant about something completely different, I suppose, but people who get very upset at the idea that, for example, we think that Robert Jordan would have evolved. I always want to say, I think that means that you have a lesser opinion of him than I do, because we all grow and change. And the idea that he would stay static in the 90s in 2025, it seems to me that you are saying that he would not have learned and grown from things that happened around him. And that's a very mean thing to say about somebody that you respect and love.
So, and that we saw that happen within the course of the books being written. So
he totally did.
Why would that not have continued on? He wouldn't have hit a spot and been like, I wrote the last book, so I'm done changing or seeing the world in different eyes. I mean, that's one of the things, not to go off on Robert Jordan, but that is what I think is one of the reasons that the series is so beloved, is that he's I'm going to tell the same story from a different point of view. I'm going to give you somebody else's take on it and tell you why they think that this is okay, their behavior, or why this is a different way to do something. And, so of course he would have continued to look at it differently. Yeah.
And is bringing it back, but at the same thing, and JMS was remarkably progressive in the 90s.
Exactly.
I can't imagine, unless we also think he stayed static, it would be even more so now, right? So
yeah. I mean, I think the things he would do is he wouldn't code things. He'd be like, this is a lesbian couple. This is,
exactly.
This, he wouldn't be as handcuffed to, not be as upfront about things he was saying at the time and wanted to say. And I also think that, again, politically, he would just be even more on the nose and more straightforward about stuff. Yeah.
I mean, at a certain point, it gets about as on the nose as you can get.
Well, this is true. This is true. Yes. And in fact, I mean, maybe that is something. Maybe he would have been more subtle in season 1.
That's what I wonder.
Yeah, because I think that
this felt it's what Ali said. Fascism felt like, it's a distant thing, and it doesn't feel whereas right now it feels like, we're I don't want to write a show about what's happening right now. That's
Yep. And I think that there's also there's network notes of your audience is stupid, you'd better spell it out. That I think now as a creator at this point in his career too, he would be like, fuck you. I'm going to the audience is smart. They'll pick it up. I don't have to be as blatant about certain things right in the beginning or, they'll get there. I don't have to lead them. And storytelling is different. I mean, if you talk about watching Andor, did you watch Andor? Have we talked about this?
No, I haven't watched it. Yeah.
And it's very much I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I trust that the filmmakers will get me there. And I think that style of storytelling in film and TV is a little more accepted and common now than it was in the 90s when they're you're going to lose your audience if you don't spell everything out word for word. Mm-hmm. So I think he'd have the freedom to tell a more nuanced story today and would do so. Yeah.
I think so too. Yeah. That's just a fully theory, but yes.
I love it.
Fingers crossed for it happening. I know. They keep talking about it. It's in the work. My algorithm every couple of months will be more news on that Babylon 5 reboot. And I would click on it. It's no news. That's what the whole video is. There's no news. It's fuck you. Clickbaited me.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh my gosh. I don't think I have. Let's see. We talked about Chrysalis. We talked about Great Council. We talked about let's see, Talia, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to talk about. This one is.
I know it is a very short lurker's guide for this one.
Mm-hmm. It is.
And I mean, yeah, the main thing I just was like, yeah, like you said, there were a lot of. Mm-hmm. I'm going to call them Easter eggs, but a lot of things in this episode that later on we'll go back and point back at this episode and say, see how many things were set up.
I was there. Yeah. So that's it, I think, for today. Thank you for joining us for this discussion of Legacies. And if you want to see the reaction, that is linked somewhere. And if you want to see the what did I say? I said uncut, unedited version of the reaction, you can check out our Patreon, where you can see the malfunction in my avatar that happened in mid-recording. There you go. And what else do I say? I don't remember. So that's it. Think, subscribe. That was the thing that I forgot. The thing that you have to say at the end of every YouTube video. So that's it. And Babylon.